and welcome to my channel. I make videos about veganism, minimalism and self-improvement. If you're interested in any of these topics, make sure to subscribe. I think I first started looking into minimalism when I was maybe 16 or 17 years old, so it's been quite some time, I guess. And over the years I noticed in which ways minimalism actually improved my life. So today I want to tell you why you might actually want to consider adapting a minimalist lifestyle yourself. First is basically a no-brainer. It's money. And yes, I know you could have figured that yourself, but did you ever stop to think? If you're a minimalist, you're not buying stuff, so what are you gonna do with all that money? Well, there are certain routes you can take here. The first option, which blew my mind at first, is you're absolutely right. You do not need that much money if you're not spending it, so you could just work less. You do not have to work 9 to 5. The other option you have, and I would really recommend that, is to save the money. Maybe not all of it, but it's always a good thing to have something on the side, because there's always something in life that you cannot plan for. Maybe you get sick, maybe your car breaks down, who knows. So having something saved on the side is probably a good idea. The last route you might take, if the first two didn't appeal to you, is, well, you can spend your money. You can spend it on experiences. And I don't know if it's the same for you, but I still remember that birthday party my parents threw for me when I was 10 years old, but I do not remember what they actually gifted to me. So, at least for me, experiences are far more valuable than any material thing could ever be. And therefore I enjoy spending my money on, well, spending time with my friends, going out for dinner or traveling. Anything is possible, and I actually would say that since I started spending my money on experiences rather than materialistic things, I've been way happier. The second thing you probably haven't thought about, and that is that minimalism might actually save you a lot of time, because you're not spending your time shopping, looking for lost items and cleaning up as much. The third thing might actually be the most important for me, and that is, if you own less, you're way more flexible. And what I mean by that is, if you're thinking about moving to a different apartment and you found a perfect apartment, it's cheap, it's right in the center of the city you love, but it's just too small. Well, if you're a minimalist and you only own what you need or what makes you happy, of course you can take the bigger apartment if you want to, but you can also fit all your stuff in the smaller and cheaper apartment. And if we're on the topic of renting a new apartment, there's the moving, right? And if you own way less stuff, moving becomes so much easier. I think I can fit everything I own in my car, except furniture, but that's not that much either. And I think I can pretty much move everything I own in just half a day, maybe one day, and then I'm done. Now onto my favorite part, and that's also why this category is most important to me, and that is traveling becomes a no-brainer. You can just pack your suitcase in 10 minutes. You do not have to run through your whole apartment looking for things you might have missed, because you know exactly where everything is and what you need and use on a daily basis. So it's so easy. Fourth is you will have a clearer mind. And maybe you already know this phenomena, but if your desk is really cluttered, it's really hard to concentrate, right? And that goes for pretty much everything in your life. If you're having a cluttered space, your mind will be cluttered. And I noticed right away that my life quality improved by so much. I didn't have to think about all my belongings all the time anymore. Before, I kind of worried for no reason. I would think about where I put stuff, and also if it was still where I put it. And it caused me so much anxiety, which I didn't notice before. And it also goes hand in hand with the points I made before. If you have something saved on the side, if you know you're really flexible, you can just pack your stuff and go. And you know you have much more time to spend in a day. That makes you just so much more at ease. And lastly, which came as the biggest surprise to me, is that minimalism didn't only change the parts of my life which involved materialistic items, but it also changed my outlook on friendships and such. I just became so much more particular on who I wanted to spend my time with. And this might sound awful, but I also learned to distance myself from negative people. I don't mean if someone's having a rough day and so they're, well, sad and not the happiest person to be around. Everybody has that days, right? I'm talking about people who are really manipulative over years. When it's always about them, and whenever you are sad, they throw you away. I always thought it's important to have a lot of friends, but over the years I learned it's more important to have the right kind of friends. That's just an example, but minimalism actually changed my thinking on certain parts of my life which I didn't think about before. Also, I want to make clear that minimalism isn't about owning 100 items or less. Minimalism is owning what you need or what makes you happy. Also, if you liked this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up so I know to make further videos about that topic. And if there's anything in particular you want me to cover in a video, leave it in the comments down below so I can see it. I see you in the next video. Bye!